Alright, we're trying a little something different today. So bear with me. Trying to check out my stream. So I'm streaming from TikTok Live to Restream to Facebook to YouTube. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna run through some basics. Not even basics, but stuff that I would look at playing if I had the money. It's a simulated trading. This is not real money. So, if you're gonna do simulated trading, right? You kind of need to do it in two phases. One phase is like the fantasy stuff where you know they give you $100,000 and you're just practicing learning the process, whether it be selling options, buying options, whatever you're trying to do with this think or swim out, day trading. The fantasy process is, you're just throwing money out there and making plays just to see how they happen. The second phase of it is you want to play like you got real money on the line, because there's a difference. There's a big difference between playing options with fake money, then playing like you got real money, and then playing with real money. Because when you look at something like this, right, it says 270. Let's say if you're selling an option on Tesla, so this says $270. Well, that's times 100. So that's actually $27,000 that you're playing with. So that's real money. So when you start getting closer to want to use this and use real money, you want to start playing it like you got real money. And that's whether you got $1,000, $3,000, $5,000, whatever. But I'm going to do some fantasy plays on how I would play some of these stocks, options, selling. How would I actually sell them? So I want to like play with Tesla. In the real world, I really would. Because there's money in Tesla, right? So Tesla's at $323. My mic is muted. Mic check, mic check. That's the wrong mic. Well, y'all haven't been able to hear me, but I don't want the default. I want the Yeti. Mic check. I'm not saying all that over again. If you was on YouTube, you heard. If you was on Facebook, I think you heard me. That's another thing about if you ever decide that you want to stream some stuff, your settings, they always want to flip out on you, man. Anyway, let's say if I want to play Tesla, which I would, even though Tesla sucks. Let me rephrase that. Tesla owners suck. The car's not that bad. The Cybertruck sucks, but some of the other cars not bad. I wouldn't own and need. Never mind. I don't want to go down that road. Anyway, that's so it's at 323. Tesla, what, recently low on a 1 hour chart, which I don't normally use. I use it 15 minutes, but I'm using an hour chart. Because if you're looking at the charts, you can see the chart uh, relates to the time period that you might want to play an option. 30 minutes is 10 days. 4 hours, 180 days. I don't know anybody want to do that unless you're doing leaps. But I normally use this one right here. But since I can't see what I'm looking for, I'm gonna use the 20-day 1 hour, because I would probably be doing a 30-day option on this. But I want to play Tesla way down here in the 270, right? 323 to 270. So what could I get for that? And this is how I would legitimately play Tesla if I had $27,000. I would go and do a 30 days. It says 18 July. That's 30 days when you're looking at these. Look, it's 23 days. All right, so this is this week. This is next week. Week after. 4 weeks. This is 30 days. So I would do a 30-day, $270 option on Tesla, right? That's going to net you $460. It's the bid. Well, when I do options, all I'm talking about is selling. When you're selling options, it's always going to be hitting the bid section. The bid section. And what, it's got a delta of negative 14. That means that 14% chance that it's going to be in the money, which is what I want, because I don't want it in the money. I want it out the money. I just want to collect this $460. So I would hit the bid and I would sell one of these. And I collect my $460. I'm not going to do this because I got a bunch of them already. And if you look over here, it's getting kind of crowded. These from a lot of tests I've been doing, but this is fake money. And so I actually don't have a Tesla. So let me actually do that. Let me play that one. All right, 270, 460. And it's holding up. Just dropped to 455. Let me do it now. I still want 460, so let me go mid. Confirm and send. So I'm going to sell one Tesla option expiring 18 July at the 270 strike. I'm going to collect $460. Here it is right here. Credit. It says credit. When you know you're selling, because it'll say credit. It won't say debit. 460 minus the 65 cents fee. So I'm going to get $459.35 in my account. This is all simulated money. See that? This is a simulation, not a real trade. And you might want to know that, because if you're using Thinkorswim, you can do live trading here. And you can do yourself some harm. And if you had $227,000, not 220, $27,000. You could accidentally do this in real life. So simulated trading, give me 459. I don't have one of those. I wanted 460. That's probably not good. Oh shit, it got filled. So even though it says 455, it got filled at 460. So now all you're gonna do is wait. Can Tesla drop to 270 in 30 days? Heck yeah. Most likely will. It's Tesla. But I don't mind owning Tesla. I just don't even, I wouldn't object to owning Tesla. I wouldn't want to own Tesla. I wouldn't mind owning Tesla. That's why I played it way down here at 270. Fake money. I got to keep saying it because I got some comments of people saying, "Man, you putting your real account on Facebook?" Hell no, it's fake. Simulated money. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. I won't put my real account on here. It's just to show people how I would do this, and there's some people that might be interested in it. I don't know. So I would do 270, and look, all I'm doing now is waiting to see if Tesla's going to drop to this level in 30 days. So there's my position. There's my position right there. It's got a 14% chance of hitting it. Delta can be used two ways. Delta can tell you how much the stock is going to go up and down each $1 move, and it also can give you an indication of what are the chances that this stock is actually going to hit this level by this time period. And this changes. Understand, all this stuff is just a guideline. It's the stock market. Tesla could come out with a breakthrough sports car. If they ever release that thing, you'll probably see Tesla shoot to the moon, or Elon Musk can open his mouth and, I don't know, slap Trump or something, and you'll see this stock fall to 270. It's all relative to what's happening in the market. But you're going to play it way out the market, and you're going to play it with a 14% chance. I think that's pretty good odds. It probably won't hit this, but that's one I will play. See, what else would I play? I would actually play GME. GME is something probably a lot of people could do, but just understand it's a risky stock. So GME had their earnings report here, and it wasn't good. So this is what happened to GME. So why would I play GME? Well, GME was up way up here at 37, and it was gradually dropping. They got their earnings report, and it kind of nosedive. So at 21, right? That's kind of its low. So if you played a 21 put for 30 days, and actually if you would have did this, what day is this? If you would have did this on June 10th, let's say June 10th. So the earnings, what day was the earnings report? It took June 10th. That was on June 10th. So what's this? June 11th, it started to nosedive. June 12th, it kept nosediving, and then it settled out. So if you would have played this around here at 2100 on June 12th, or $21, which is 2100. If you'd have played this on June 12th, you probably could have got like, I don't know, maybe $100 something dollars. Right now, if you played the 21 or the 22, you get 104, $66. And understand, this is $104 or $66 on $2,100, right? In 30 days. Doesn't seem like a lot of money. But what you got to look at is, what other investment that us normal human beings have access to that's going to give me $104 in interest payment, because you can look at it like that. This is an interest payment in 30 days. I bet you can't find nothing that us normal humans have access to. It's going to give you $104 in 30 days, or $66 in 30 days, or $40 in 30 days. Because the further out you play, you can see the less chance it has of hitting that. That's, at 20 is got an 18% chance. At 21, it's got a 26% chance. 22, 35% chance. I would take that. You don't really want. I don't really want to own GME, but I don't mind owning it at 2200, because if I got a sign, I just come over here and I would either just sell the stock or sell one of these. So collect 66, $104 over here, and turn around if you get a sign. Come over here and sell 148, 118, 91, either one of these, but you're still stacking dough. So I can play this because I got access to $2,100. So I think I'm gonna do realistically, so I can still get good money at 22. Let's see. Yeah, I would do that. I'd sit $2,200 aside for 30 days to collect $103. That's not even brain surgery. That's simple. That's simple math. See some people on here. I don't know how to use TikTok, folks. So if you commenting or whatever, I appreciate it. If you watching, I appreciate it. But this TikTok thing is new to me. It's like I was telling somebody the other day. They just gave me access and they said, "Hey, you can stream." I thought you had to have a couple of thousand people in your support base, but shit, I only got like 15. GME, I will play GME. I'm gonna play GME. It's only $2,200. I can spare $2,200. Stuff I wouldn't play. I wouldn't do Robin Hood. Did I just say I wouldn't do Robin Hood? I don't know now. It's 1 hour. And my vacuum was kicking in. I don't know, man. I would. That was. Let me see what those options look like. Yeah, I don't want to own Robin Hood at 65. See, it says at 65, 65, you got an 18% chance of being in the money. 30% chance at 70. I don't see, and you got to be thinking. You got to be thinking like this. Do I mind owning Robin Hood at whatever, 76, 74, 72, 70, 68, whatever, anywhere between here? Do I mind owning Robin Hood? I don't want to own it. So I wouldn't mess with that. I wouldn't mess with that. Even though if you looking at it how I say you should kind of look at it in comparison to what other investment is going to give you $143 off of 6,500 in 30 days. What other investment that we have access to, us mere mortals, and I don't know any. So if you kind of person wouldn't mind owning Robin Hood at $6,500, that might be a play you'll make. I mean, it's $143. So let's see if you're gonna. What was it? 143. I think the other play was. Let's just say 100. I think it was 90 though. So you done made God dang it. You done made $273 off of 6,500 plus 2,200. What about $9,000? You done made almost $300 in 30 days. I'm looking at the stuff that maybe we us mere mortals can play. 30 days UPST. Sheesh. Now this is interesting. So $5,200 would net you $5,250 net you $216 in 30 days. Now, you don't have to do 30 days. I mean, you don't want to tie your money up. You can do 15 days, but it's less. It's less money, but this isn't bad. It's not bad. So let's say you do $5,100. That's a You're looking at 51 in 15 days. Shit, let's see what 9 days get you. Nah, I'd go out at least the 3rd of July. I played a 52. Let's see what that's gonna get you. Oh, looks like I actually played. I paid a $50 here. I played a $50 one expiring July 3rd. How much was that? Oh, this was. I did this a couple of weeks ago though, so it was like 100 some bucks. Now it's only 54. So what I want to own UPST, which is I think it's some kind of financial company. I would play that. I would play that, but I would go out 15 days, 50, yeah, 98 bucks. It's probably 100 bucks. I would do that. I would definitely sell that option. Selling options, remember you got to hit the bid. I'm not gonna do it because I think I already got a UPST. I don't have one. Oh yes, I do. It's up here. So I don't want to do it again, but I would do that. So again, when you're looking at selling options, right? You don't really have to be one of these deep professional analysts you see on CNBC. I look at stuff like I have a watch list that I've kind of built up over the time period. But I look at stuff that I wouldn't mind owning, or I look at stuff that's kind of in the news, good companies, and then I pick one and I look and see does it meet all the criteria that I have set, which is the kind of stuff that you basically need to determine if you want to play an option. That is, do you mind owning the stock? At what price would you not mind owning the stock? And then how much you want to get in premiums from owning that stock. Do you want to play it risky up here, close to where the stock is at, which is in the money? You know, because the closer you are to this $58, the more money you're gonna make. I mean, look, if you play a 55, 56, 57, that's a 31% chance of being in the money. In the money meaning you may have to buy the stock. There's a 31% chance it won't be in the money. So that's how you got to look at it. That's your delta over here. There's two ways you can use delta. Delta can tell you if you buying an option. Let's say if you're over here in the axe and you're buying an option, for each $1 move up, it's $31. So if this thing moves up $2, you're gonna gain 60 some dollars. Whereas when you're selling an option, you can use this as the chance it's gonna be in the money. 31% chance it's going to be in the money. That's how I use it. And just understand uh, these are changing values, like nothing set in stone. The thing about options and the rules, there aren't any. It's just guidelines. there's no there's no set rule. It's a guideline. So you can sell options using those guidelines, and there's a pretty good chance that you're not going to lose your money. Whereas with day trading or buying options, yeah, you're gonna probably lose the money. I would do NVIDIA. Let's see, NVIDIA. Let me do one more. NVIDIA at a 30-day 130. What's it at? It's at 144. Let's see. You get NVIDIA. You get 100. See, at 130, at a 130 strike, if you played NVIDIA, that'll get you $140 in 30 days. But this is $13,000 you got to have on hold. So, what's that's like 1%? But again, just go and compare. What other option that I have access to investment wise that's going to give me $139 in 30 days on $13,000? And you're probably not going to find anything that's going to do that. You don't want to wait 30 days. Pick something up here. 15 days. 15 days, 130 give you $55, which is what, about half of what 30 days would get you. Let's see. Yeah, it's about half. 139, 55, a little under half. But I mean, but where else are you gonna get $55 for waiting and having your money sit in your account in 15 days? Nowhere. All right, folks, 30 minutes. I'm out. Peace.